Okay, so I'm using the Visions of Life Tarot by Tarot Go Studio, and I want to check in and see how it's going to go for Trump, based on the fact that so I'm going to start calling him the hoe bag tramp and his rumpiness. If you guys have some extra names you want me to call him that I can say within the first 8 seconds of the video. After 8 seconds is kind of open season when it comes to cussing, but I know a lot of you don't appreciate the cussing. But anyhow, yeah, of course, this is what's going on. This is our forces in motion. Deception. Yeah. I don't know what Corcoran looks like, but that might be him. But anyway, so the issue I'm reading on, before I even get to say it, my guides already know. It has to do with Trump's legal team, and they filed this motion to wipe out the Georgia grand jury report. So they're basically attacking Judge McBurney and AG Fani Willis. And they're trying to disqualify her from anything in the future that has to do, anything having to do with Mr. Hobag Tramp. So anyway, I want to know, how is this going to go for Mr. Hobag Tramp? How's this going to go? So these are the forces that he has set in motion, he and his attorney. How's it going to go? Okay. Oops, here's the big challenge. Is they're going to go back into the past. They're going to go way back into the past and savor every little bite of everything he's done. Wow. Huh. Okay. The Page of Cups leaves me feeling like, oh, I mean, I think this is him in his like teenage brain that he's operating with, by the way. I really do feel, I've always felt like he, after studying his astrological birth map, I came away feeling like, notice the rocks those are rocks. I came away from studying his chart thinking that, because he has his south node and moon, conjunct, and then north node, he has his sun, his like solar essence, and sun, Uranus, and north node all together. So he's got this, that opposition that he's always working with in his chart. And when I looked back at his transits, it was so he was 13 years old when he got sent away to military school because his parents just couldn't handle him at all anymore. Basically, it was more like the sisters and brothers couldn't handle him anymore, and parents had never really handled him well at all. Mom pretty much checked out, and Dad was always at work. So, this is him still operating. Like he thinks he can get away with anything. I think he picked up some things in that military school that are still serving him. Okay, so with the star card, yeah, he can hope, he can dream on, but there's a rock. How's he going to get out of this pool of, you know what I mean? This viper pit that he's created, this unbelievable swamp that he's just sitting in. So he can keep dreaming on, but I don't know that it's coming. He has created a partnership with, of course, Corcoran and his, this is the partnership with his attorneys. This would be more than one person, I'm thinking. But here's what it's going to do. It's just going to isolate him further with the Four of Swords. And this is also one of our cards for being leveled and being possibly having major health issues. Five of Wands, major conflict. Everyone knows he doesn't pay his attorneys. So Corcoran can dream on about getting money later on out of him. Let's actually, let me do this. I could fit a few more this way. I want more. Okay. So his destiny, his fate, is to deal with this financial issue that's going on. Let's do it this way. And, you know, he's waiting. He's not going anywhere. This is the Hanged Man. And if that's not enough, hold on. Sometimes my camera cuts off this side over here. So Hanged Man, he's going to have to look at things from a different perspective. He's tied to his karmic family tree, right? He's tied to all these branches of government that have the noose around his neck. He's just going to be waiting and waiting and waiting on a verdict. That's what's coming up in his future. And the Knight of Swords, it might be coming faster than he realizes. Although, you know, a grand jury trial can take like a year and a half. It can just, yeah. So, and I think they're going to see that he's been Putin's puppet. So, okay. So that's pretty clear right there. Yeah. But this going way back into the past, this is interesting. You know what? Let me put these cards away. So I'll leave them there for a second in case you want to screenshot them. Remember these two. This is a crossing and the forces in motion that is really important. And then there's the rest of the story. But I'm going to start shuffling with the Kipper, and I'm going to look at it from the other direction. Let's see how Fani Willis does. I want to see how she does, because this has to do with Trump. But I want to see how she does. I mean, are they really going to be able to take her out like that? Because, you know, things can happen. Okay. But it looks like for him, doesn't matter, it's all going to go down anyway. But let's see, for this particular situation with the Georgia grand jury trial, I mean, it's already gone to, it already had that special grand jury, and now we've been waiting on Fani Willis when she said decisions were imminent. I bet she wishes she would have done it then, like that next day. But anyway, let's see. How's this going to affect her? Like, how much delay can it create? Or maybe it'll wind up being dismissed, or how's this going to affect Fani Willis? Fani Willis. Okay. All right. Well, there's definitely a restriction there because of the, you know, the lying, cheating, grifting. Okay, hold on, let me just get the cards laid out. Oh, I can see things in frame, and then I can go faster. There she is. Hold on. Yeah, she's not liking this at all. Okay. Wow. Okay, but she has support. Yeah, darn it. Okay. Now this, I'm going to break a rule. I normally, you know, the main female's the female you're reading on, and the main male would be her husband, but I feel like this is Trump. Maybe I'll read it both ways. I don't even know if she's married, honestly. Okay, so because she came through, I'm going to start up here. So she is dealing with these things coming up behind her back. There will be some restriction. It could just be a delay. This would be a delay, definitely. This would be a bit of a trap. Oh man, yeah. I bet she really is regretting the fact that she didn't get it done, didn't get it out there. She was probably waiting on some other piece of evidence that would just really cinch the deal, and then she lost her chance. But then again, maybe they would have, done this anyway. So for her, there's a restriction due to this distraction. And there's a lot of distraction. There's a wealth of distraction. With this unexpected income card coming through here, this could be an improvement that's also she's not expecting. There could be something. There could be some type of court award given to her. But she's looking forward to subpoenas, but then again, on another level, this is sad news for her. This isn't good. But she does have teamwork. So now let's do the four corners, and then I'll come back to this area. So she's working professionally and within the court systems, the whole everything, grand jury trial, this would be the card now with the restriction. But she does have teamwork, and she does have a lot of ambition, and there is something about some documents. There are documents, there are communications. This would be that other. Remember, there was another. Oh, maybe that's what she was waiting on coming forth. That second person that had recorded the conversation with Trump. And now I'm going to go this way, actually, because I do feel like this is Trump, and because she's up here in control. He's not really in control. He's looking forward to just a whole lot more, self-sabotage that he's already been into. And what's coming up behind his back is documents prove communications, and there's a lot coming through, and it's headed his way because there's a lot of detail. And this is his karma. Well, I go with what Jeffrey Thompson taught me, that this is let's see, so shall you reap, so reap what you sow, basically. Cause and effect, law of karma, right here. So that train, like our other Jeffrey says, Jeff Bailey says that train's left the station. So this is what's coming up behind his back. And he does have some loyalty, though. This would be his community of grifters here that just want to make money. But then again, it knights up to her, and I think she will be successful because the Lover's card is a card of success and partnerships. She will be successful with her vision, and it could bring in more than we're imagining already. See, that's the thing. You open up a can of worms with these trials. Yeah, and it's like when I do a reading, it's like that. Who would ever thought I would have keep getting, Ivana's card around the kids, way, way, way back when. And the death card that kept coming through, the coffin that was there. And then all this stuff with her coffin. I mean, my goodness. So you never know what you're going to get when you begin, you go down a certain path. So let's go back here to Fani. So she has support, and a lot of people working for her, digging into the details. But she does have some control, but she's looking at something that's going to take quite some time. And it's because she was waiting for something. The development that she was waiting for did come through, but now she's going to have trouble. Because we've got trouble here and trouble here. And remember, this is about her. Trump just showed up, but this portion of the reading is about her. Okay, so she does have a broad vision. She's hoping that this works. You know, her big vision, I think her grand vision, is to get him. As Celtic Sheila would say, get him. Get him. Okay, and then she is knighting to the community card. So, and this card, the community card, is connecting to the reputation of the DOJ and Jack Smith and the whole, you know, Georgia court system. Yeah. So these cards are good, and she's above all of these positive cards, except for that it's a long, you know, could take quite some time. Let's see, what else? She's knighting to this man who I think is ambitiously working for her because of these cards that are connected here. And she does have a team that she's working from, even though there's you know, there's some restriction. I think this is really our delay card here, and this is just means that it will develop, but I think in a good way, where everything, all the details, documents, records, recordings come through, and there could be much more than we even know about right now. And it could be bringing out people who've been bonded to Trump in, you know, a partnership way. This doesn't have to be anything to do with love. This is a partnership card. So she may be very successful in bringing out some more challenges for him. So I just see this as being a delay and not slowing it, I mean, not stopping it. Because we have the DOJ and their reputation and honor within the community. Well, and it's not just the DOJ, this is Georgia's Supreme Court, and they do have a bunch of dirty judges, though. They do, and that's the problem, and that's why these two cards are knighting together. The restriction is putting, you know, the Georgia court system under duress and under great stress. Right here. And it's all because of Trump. Now, if I want to read this guy on another level, I don't know. Maybe she's married to a legal person, and he's looking at, oh, how do I help her, right? I mean, as far as Judge McBurney showing up, I'm thinking he is here, and he is here. He's not that old of a guy. But there is a lot of support. There's a community of support to help her get through this distraction, this delay and distraction. But in the end, for her, let's see if we can keep going. This change, after a lot of concern into this investigation, but then we have those rules and regulations, you know, we're talking election interference. Oh, and then this is our card for 3 to 5 months. So there we go. So maybe it won't be as long, and maybe it is just a delay. You know, you can't really stop justice, is the thing. You just can't. I mean, this card is success. This card is taking responsibility for something, and here's the investigation and the time frame there. But this change is definitely concerning for her. Oh, this is affecting her. I don't know if she's worried about her job, but I think the way she works, because this can be a card as to, you know, changes in the way you work. Yeah. It might be that they're coming after the, what's that guy's name? Corcoran, you know, the attorney that's trying to wipe this whole thing out. So I guess we'll just keep an eye on this, of course. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And if you guys have anything to add, let me move the cards away in case anybody wants to screenshot it. And if you have anything else to add, I didn't do the connecting all of the cards together, the mirroring. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let's go with this one first before I close it up. This card here, the Distant Horizons card, is the big vision, the broader vision, something off into the distance. After this distraction that is hanging over it and causing her a lot of problems. What else with this? There's something else with this card. Well, I mean, it is a disappointment. It is a bit of a crisis and something she might have to let go of. I mean, it's definitely, yeah, it's a confrontation to her big, grand vision. And it is causing her problems. And yeah, that's the journey she's on. Yeah, this, you know, you guys, I mean, this might not be the one that gets him. But we still have the fake elector scheme. We still have, oh my goodness, there's so many. Yeah, in fact, I found something to share with you guys in the community section that'll come out soon. It's so big, I don't know if it'll fit. But if you click on it, you'll be able to see the whole thing. But I'll try to get that up there tomorrow. So anyway, okay. Now I'm going to go. Take good care. Bye.